My name is Asha Brick Nantege Bamtaze, working with the Appropriate Technology Center for Water and Sanitation as the Senior Training and Development Officer. The center is mandated to undertake applied research on behalf of the Ministry of Water and Environment. Research is meant to bridge the technological gap and catalyze access to safe water and sanitation. Government, NGOs and private sector have made several efforts to ensure that everyone has access to safe water and sanitation. However, the target is not yet met. According to the Water and Environment Sector Performance Report 2014, 36% of the rural population does not have access to safe water, and 25.4% does not have access to decent sanitation. Most of the unserved are people with disabilities. This triggers my mind to go to the ground and adventure into the dilemma. We now arrive in Tororo district in eastern Uganda to meet our very first unserved disabled person. It is the 16-year-old Doreen who lives in Ibira village, Luala parish, Mulanda sub-county. Doreen was born a normal child, but at the age of 3 months, she got an illness that left her crippled and paralyzed on the left side of her body. In 2013, Doreen received a wheelchair from Tororo District Union of Persons with Disability to aid her movement. Apparently, Doreen uses this wheelchair to go to the church, hospital, or visit in the neighborhood. For her daily routine, Doreen crawls without any mobility aid.
When she wants drinking water, we get it and take it to her, then she drinks it. If she wants water for bathing, we draw it for her, take it to the bathroom and we bathe her. If there is no water at home, we go to the well and collect more water that she will use. Then we draw it for her and she uses it to brush her teeth or anything else. The used water collects in a basin and is poured away. If she wants to go to the latrine, she crawls over by herself and sits on the hole. We have placed papers there which she picks and cleans herself. After, she dresses herself and crawls back.
Apparently, Doreen uses the same toilet facility like everyone at home. However, this is now full and she cannot really use it. The father digs for her holes, what we call cut method. She goes, eases herself, and then the hole is covered. And I'm told Doreen is about 19 years. How does she manage her menstruation periods?
When her menstruation period comes, Doreen informs her mother, who then buys the sanitary pads. Doreen uses the sanitary pads with the help of her mother.
I have come to the home of Odiang Moses, 30 years old, married with 4 kids, living in Pajwenda village, Luala parish, Mulanda sub-county, Tororo district. Moses was born a normal child and got very sick at the age of 5. This sickness left him crippled and paralyzed on the right-hand side of his body. I interacted with him and he revealed to me that as a child, Moses grew up admiring to get better education, to travel in different places, having a decent home, and having all by himself and walking around.
One day, as I was coming back from looking after my grandfather's cattle, I got a sudden sharp pain along my neck and spine. Then I was rushed to the hospital, but the situation worsened. Later, I was told that an evil spirit had been sent to kill me.
Moses is a farmer But in addition, he helps in domestic chores by fetching water, washing clothes, and he also bathes himself. What challenges do you face as you access water?
My biggest challenge is mobility. If my child needs water, for example, I find it difficult to move fast enough to give it to her.
Do you have a borehole in the neighborhood?
Yes. There's a borehole across the road.
Moses told me he cannot afford a fee of 2,000 Uganda shillings that users pay every time the borehole breaks down. This leaves him with no choice but to collect water from an open source that is quite a distance from his home. Before we conclude our conversation, Moses picks a jerrycan to go and fetch water as part of his routine. To access the water source, Moses goes down a narrow rough footpath on his wheelchair, having to push it through overgrown grass and crops. This is what makes the exercise a big challenge and time-consuming to Moses. The wheelchair will not go beyond a certain limit. This forces Moses to crawl down to the point where he can draw his water. After waiting for over 30 minutes without seeing him, I decided to go after him to establish what exactly is taking him too long. I walked over a kilometer to find the source. I had to pass through gardens with unleveled ground. And guess what I find? Moses is all wet, struggling to get water and meet the needs of his family. After collecting just enough water he can carry in his left hand, he then battles with loading it onto his wheelchair. This is the most challenging moment of the whole exercise. When I see him going through much struggle, I get tempted to help him out, but little can I do, because my mission here is to see and put on record how people like Moses access water and sanitation. I have witnessed the hassles Moses goes through to provide water for his family. It is not something simple. And hadn't he gotten someone to rescue him, it would be a nightmare. What can be done to help improve your situation to access water?
If a piped water tap is connected up to my compound, it would help me a lot.
But you said you cannot pay the money, the user fee at the borehole. How can you assure me that you can pay the money for a tap stand?
There's a high demand of clean water here. So when people come to fetch water, I will get money from them.
I hope that one day, in this beautiful country, we shall achieve the desired goal of having access to safe water and dignified sanitation for all, including the vulnerable.
Tupakisi Yesu yongate musalaba keri yongate musalaba keri yowewetu yongate musalaba keri yongate ni kere tupakisi Yesu